Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just had literally the most awkward succession I have ever seen in my life, bar none. We were approximately 3 days away from ending this war when the succession happened. However, it did reduce their troop count over here, so that is good. We have a much better chance of fighting them now, although I think we're just going to, well, maybe we should head up this direction. We're not going to take attrition going through here. Yeah, I think for the moment that'll do. We are, of course, embarking down over here. Crime cannot go unpunished. Guards. And the question is, are we going to have additional factions behind this? We actually decline this alliance. We're going to want to conquer that. So for the moment, this is fine. I want to make our way up over here, and there is a faction to install Count Juan on the Navarrese throne. So we should look to see if we can do anything about this, and in fact, maybe. This is not great, necessarily. Do we have a sister? An unmarried sister. Yes, but she is betrothed, and she's 34. Okay, mildly awkward there. I don't suppose we can just negotiate an alliance. Perfect. So with this guy, that sounds good. That gets 26% out. And immediately, this guy joins. Okay, so that's not great, right? Can we do anything about this guy? Maybe. I mean, we can. We can set up a betrothal here. We don't have to actually do this. So we can create that alliance, bumping this down to 78%. That is better. Hang on. Is it just me or are their numbers significantly lower? They are taking attrition this whole time. But this is now down to about 24,000. And we can fight them up here first. These guys will take time to join in. We are, of course, sieging down here. They are running away. We're going to look to fight them down here. We're going to catch what we can. Beautiful. We're going to head up over here. We do need a siege commander here. Like, not you. Hang on. This guy. Cool. So that'll do for now. Now, this is 10 months out. So I don't think this is going to be a real faction. We just need to end this war before this ends up happening, right? So we win this battle. That puts us at 99% war score. Ticking should end it. Okay, so there we go. It's over. We're going to disband our troops. And now the question is, do we think that we can... Hi, Brittany. Just wondering what's going on here. We have no CB. Okay. Do we think that we can take these back with these guys not really existing? Yes. This is much better. Okay. So that looks solid. Most of these ransoms are going to be no. We absolutely do not want vassals to be released. Non-vassals are fine. But any vassals we want to keep in prison at this moment. So if they're our vassal, we decline. So that'll be absolutely great. Next, we're going to go after, I think, Valencia. So we declare war here, pressing our claim on the Kingdom of Valencia. This, unfortunately, is 2 kingdoms here. And we can only take one at a time. We'll have to wait out truces. But we can take this one first. And we're going to raise up our forces right about here. We'll raise all of our forces. And we're going to head right on in. Yes, indeed, there is bad blood between us. This world may not be big enough for the two of us, indeed. So in we go. We need to reassert our power over this region. And I do want to check down over here. We are not currently promoting culture, and we should be doing so over here for sure. And of course, we're going to need to control everything to end the decision. So we need to, we need to completely control. Actually, this isn't technically enough, but we need to get this converted over, and we need to take back these territories. That is our current short-term goal. So we're going to get this kingdom first. That's going to create a truce. Then we're going to attack over here, and then we'll see what timings are like. Okay, I'm going to walk down over this direction. We're at 14% already, and we can see his forces down here, actually. So we should just split off some of these guys and head on over. Beautiful. I want a siege commander here, like this guy. Phenomenal. And they're walking over, not you, They're walking over this way. We're going to continue to work on chasing them down. Looks like we are going to catch them there. Our regent is swinging the scales of power against us. We're going to leverage prestige here. Seems fine. So there we go. Our mother's loyalty is situational. It's probably not going to be too bad here. It's going to be a pretty short regency. And we're now at 79% on this war. So that looks good. 83. We could very, very easily win this war simply from sieging their capital. And that is exactly the goal here. So opportunity phase is in transition. Next is going to be conciliation. That'll start in 3 months. We definitely want to declare this war before then. Okay. War is over. So we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. We do want to grant out this title for sure. And that'll do for the time being. Is this a de jure that we can grant over? Yes. We'll do that for now. So that looks good. Next, we want to attack over here. I'm not sure. Once we're in conciliation, is that going to prevent us from pressing our claims? I don't think so. This is only invasion and conquest CBs being unavailable. So we're going to attack over here, pressing our claim on Badajoz, and we're going to head down here next after we get this area. So that'll be fine for now. We're going to declare on this. And now we're going to drop a rally point down here. We're going to raise up all of our forces there for the time being. And in we go. Just wondering where his forces are. Yeah, the bishop should clearly be stronger. Cool. That'll be fine. So he may have his forces down here. He must, actually. They must be down in Africa. An interesting choice, to be sure. So we're going to capture his capital here. Unfortunately, we didn't capture him directly. That would have been nice. There's his forces. So we're going to split off our siege force, as usual. Something along the lines of 10k will be sufficient. And we're just going to head on over this way. Excellent. So this siege ends. And we'll head on up over here. We have no siege leader. We can put this guy in. So they're going to be fighting over here. I'm not sure. Actually, his side is losing, hilariously. We're going to finish off his rebels for him. There we go. And then we're going to pursue him. So we're at 38%, 52%. This is all seeming relatively okay. There's more hostile forces here. Where exactly is he retreating to? Right there? Okay, that's a strange place to retreat to. He turns around and walks directly into us. That's going to go very poorly for him. This is likely going to end the war. Okay, so we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. So we now need to grant this out. And we should probably get this duchy title created or something. Actually, it's kind of okay for the moment, I think. So we do have another rebellion brewing up here. Faction to install Count Juan. Okay. This is kind of fine. That's going to be in 24 months. Now 14 months. Okay, so that recalculates a bit. That's all fine. Sure, we'll take 100 gold for a duchess who is not actually our vassal. Done. So that's okay for now. We've got Hispania back under our control. We, of course, need to take these over. I want to check down here. Yeah, we have a claim on these kingdoms as well. So that's all good. We need to wait out the truces. I don't want to be a truce breaker here, so this is going to be 4 and 5 years respectively. That's going to give us time to deal with our vassal situation, for sure. We need the Royal Armory innovation for that, right. We should spend our gold for right now and get this blacksmith built. What else do we need? We need a cattle pasture. We need a forestry. This is kind of maxed out. Actually, it is for our current tech level. So instead, we will build a manor house here, and that'll do for the time being. Now, we are at 10 out of 9, and we're going to have to handle this betrothal situation. And we're going to break this betrothal. This guy's going to be upset. But we only did that for timing purposes. So he's probably going to end up joining this faction. Indeed, he does. To that end, We might want to think about an ally here. Unfortunately, our sibling situation is... Actually, we have our brother here. Right, he's still a king. Both of them are, which is unfortunate. However, what other options do we have? Our mother is unmarried, but the regent isn't loyal enough to consent to being married off. Okay. We're 15 right now, born on 6 April. We're going to come of age extraordinarily soon here. So, this seems actually kind of fine. This guy is a vassal. No, we don't accept that. Vassal? No. Get out of here. Okay, we should also have our regent mandate be on filling coffers for the time being. That'll be fine. And we have a couple of additional ransoms here. This one's okay. This one is not. So that all looks good. We're going to come of age next month. So we have 5 months on this. Now, this is a bit of a danger for us. 136% is kind of tough. But we just came of age. And now we're going to end our entrenched regency. We'll dismiss our mother with a wave of the hand. She is no longer our regent. And now what I want to do is I want to, A, find us a spouse. Actually, Elizabeth is kind of on the older side. Only skill 18 here. These options are not great. Okay, so we're going to have to go into domain focus here for now. And I think that we do have to go for like a skill 19 or skill 18 perhaps. I'd rather not have the slow congenital trait, and so I think we would go here. It's certainly non-ideal. So we're no longer bossy. There we go. And we want her, of course, to be managing domain, bringing us up to 10 of 9. Okay. It's not ideal at all. We're going to get gold here. That's fine. We decline this. This is acceptable. This is declined. And this is declined. Cool. So, what do we want to do about this situation? Well, I want to go to the HRE and be like, look, we need an alliance here. I don't suppose you'd be willing to have our mother marry somebody over here. Actually, let's go by alliance power here. What do we got? City of Lorca? Is that literally the only option? That doesn't seem right. Okay, that's fine, spouse. What about arranged marriage? Okay, there's very few options there. So, what do we have for options here? Yeah, our mother is not appearing in the list there. So that is mildly problematic for us, for sure. Peasant Uprising? Sure. So basically what I'm looking for is an ally to help us fight this faction. We may end up instead... Let's see, minus 71 reasons. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. So we can arrange a marriage here, but we have no one to do it with, right? So no real option there. We're going to have to go through each and every one of these and see if there's any negotiations that we can do. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. And then if that doesn't work, we can remove people from this faction. Some more shenaniganery ways. And that's going to be what we're going to end up having to do here. So, we can see that we have these dukes in the faction. There's not a lot we can immediately do about them. But there's this guy up here. And he is part of the Duchy of Cantabria. We can create the title, and then we can give that to this lady, who likes us better and isn't in the faction. So then we would grant the title of the Duchy of Cantabria to her, And that guy becomes her problem, not ours. And now he's out of the faction. And we can do that with each and every one of these counts over here, except this one. That is within our territory here. We'll have to see what we want to do about that guy. This guy is out over here, and this is definitely an area that we can do this for. So we create this duchy title. Is this guy in the faction? Yes, he is. This guy is too. So is this guy. So this entire duchy is in the faction. So the question we have to ask here is, who likes us the most? And it's this guy. So we're going to grant him the duchy title. He's going to gain 60 opinion of us, and then I'm going to send him a gift. And he just became our friend as well. Fantastic. So he's our friend. He is also our cousin. And we gave him enough that hopefully he'll leave the faction, and he'll take all of those guys with him, ideally. What's he got here? Oh yeah, he's not going to be part of this faction anymore. That faction commitment is very negative. So that's wonderful. What else do we have here? Well, this guy we know we can't do anything about. We've got this guy up here. So we would get a duchy title up this way. Create that duchy title. I'm going to check to see... Hang on. This guy's already a duke. Okay, so I would maybe make it... This guy's imprisoned. I'll make it be this guy. So we're going to grant him the Duchy of Castile, and he's going to be very confused about that. But we're going to do exactly that, and looking at this faction now, they're down to 114%. We've got this guy over here next, so we would end up getting the Duchy of Leon created. That would be, in theory, this guy. Is he in the faction? He is not, so we would grant him the Duchy of Leon. He, of course, likes us a lot. And we became friends with him as well. We do need a new spy master because of that, but that's okay. So then all we've got is Asturias up here. Okay, so we'll create this duchy title. And that, in theory, should go to this countess. And we're going to grant that straight on over. And she still kind of hates us, but she's imprisoned at this moment. So now all we have is... This guy's going to leave the faction. All we have is this count... and then these 4 dukes. So then we can ask, what can we do about the 4 dukes? Do we want to do anything about them at all? I kind of lean towards no. I kind of lean towards wanting to fight them at this point. The number of vassals is substantially lower, and so they're going to have fewer men-at-arms. We're the new culture head of the Basque culture. This seems fine. And I want to check in here, making sure that these are all stationed and such. We do need to handle our accolade situation. Travel safety and army damage. That seems okay. We can get another accolade here. So what do we have that's inactive here? Levy reinforcement rate. What does this actually do, Idealist? Okay, I don't care about that. But there is Lancer here. So we might want to grab the Minister in the Hills. And then for our third accolade, it would be probably... Marauder gives us what? Uncontrolled territory attacker advantage? Okay. And Scoundrel is mercenary higher cost. I don't really care about that, to be honest. We've got Tactician here, which gives us men-at-arms counter efficiency, which is pretty good. Don't get me wrong. And levy maintenance. I guess we'll put in the guard commander of Vizcaya. And that'll be our accolades for the moment. So that looks good. This ransom is unacceptable. This ransom is unacceptable. This ransom is acceptable. Acceptable? What else do we have here? Acceptable? Acceptable? And that's it for now. Okay. So we've got 478 gold at this moment. We're waiting on truces to get back our territories that we lost on succession. So we're going to be attacking over here as soon as our truce is up. That's a few years out yet. And these guys are going to send their ultimatum in 14 months at this juncture. We'll see if they're actually interested in that. This guy actually has very low faction commitment. Sure, show in Duke Manuel and his 100 gold. I accept your generous gifts, Duke Manuel. Excellent. So over this way, we're going to upgrade our hunting ground. That'll be fine. We also have this ransom, which is quite acceptable. 8 months. Looks good. So they have a few new counts joining this faction. This guy we could definitely pay off, I think, to get him to leave. Do we want to? What strength is he? 13%? They're still going to be above the threshold, so I think we do this. 225 gold is not ideal, for sure, but he'll leave the faction now. The rest of these probably have pretty high commitment. This guy will leave the faction here. It's less than 5. So surely he's going to leave. This guy's our vassal, so no. Yes, we accept this, and yes, we accept this. Any moment you want to leave the faction here, buddy. He doesn't want to leave the faction. Okay. We can negotiate some alliances. This guy is inside of our realm. He is not in this faction, but he's our brother-in-law, and I actually think we should. There we go. Perfect. I do want to fight this faction. I want to be clear about that. I want to fight that faction. 62, we could maybe bribe this guy out of the faction. I'm a little surprised that these two haven't left the faction here. Based on the tooltip here, the faction commitment should be indicating that they'll leave the faction. But they haven't yet. So that's fine. We can certainly get this money here. That's fine. This is okay. This is fine. And this is fine. So they're going to be firing in 1 month. We're going to have to fight them. And this guy right here is who we want to eliminate. So we're going to raise all of our forces right here. We finished up trip hammers. That's fine. We're just going to continue to raise here. This is acceptable. This is acceptable. He can send his ultimatum at any time. Our forces are raised and ready to go. So let's see about these rebels here. Anytime they want to fire up, we're right here. Anytime now. Well, buddy, you gonna send it? He doesn't appear to be very interested. This is acceptable. There it is. We will not be threatened. We're going to rally the troops, and we're going to head out and back in and immediately start up our siege of his capital. I also want to split off our siege force here. We're keeping the siege force kind of small. Where is he going to raise his forces? Right next to us here. They're gathering for another 4 days. I want to make sure that we have, say, this guy in charge. We're going to head right on in here and look to stack wipe this. This is led by the ruler. We have a chance of capturing him right here and ending this instantly. Let's see how it goes. Okay, he's retreating back this direction. We're going to finish up this siege. He is going this way. I want to continue with the siege. Thank you very much. Okay. For now, I want to head down over here. We want to have a siege commander in charge here. That's going to be this guy. We're at 28% war score just off the bat like that. I like it. We need a new marshal, and we did just discover advanced bow making. We'll have to do something about that after this particular war. I think for now, we don't care about any of these three. I think we're going to jump up to the late medieval era, and we're going to start working on probably court officials. Domain limit is actually very, very important to us, so we're going to grab that. Now, I'm not sure where these guys are retreating to. Right there, apparently. We're going to do what we can in getting that. Looks like we are going to catch at least part of that force. That could stack wipe. It did. Beautiful. So that puts us at 39% war score. Excellent. Ticking is, of course, on our side here. And we know that the majority of their forces are up over here. So we can actually head up there. That seems completely okay. We're going to continue to siege over here. We're at 46%. And as I said, ticking is going to be on our side. Yeah, there's nothing down over there at this moment. They have 28,000 troops here. We could certainly think about getting a few extra raised up here. Only 19. but that is certainly something we can do. We're not at war with someone with a hostile faith, so if we want to do any more, we'll have to hire some mercs. I do think that that does make some sense. I'm going to hire in these guys, as well as these guys, as some additional forces here. And we're going to look to group together, and actually, they're walking into us here, which is intriguing. We're very, very close here. These guys are going to be disembarked. Okay, they're making some very, very bad moves here, in my opinion. This is going to go poorly for them. If these guys weren't recently disembarked, I think they could have won this. But they were recently disembarked. What just happened? Oh, this guy left that war. We have a new war target now. That's awkward. This guy is the war target now. Well, we're winning the primary battle here, and that's the important thing. So these guys are all retreating. It is very, very sad, actually, that we ended up, that this guy just kind of bailed on the war, and we lost all of our progress. But I guess it's okay. So looking at this, yeah, they're not going to get Navarra. I really don't think that they are. I want to continue chasing down the Barcelonan troops at this point. That is definitely the direction we want to go. We have a stewardship perk available, and we're certainly going to grab... I want to go down to divided attention. We really do need that domain limit, but I'm going to go golden obligations here. I think that money is actually still more important, believe it or not. So we're going to head up over here. And we're going to catch this force. Is that commanded by ruler? No. Is that commanded by ruler? No. Is this guy located in his capital? He is. Fascinating. So this is going to stack way. No doubt about that. That'll bump us up to 60%. We can come over here and start a slow siege. In the meantime, we're getting a good amount of war score down this way. 4,500 gold. No, we're not going to do that for now. Okay, 16 months there. They are sieging up here. I don't know that we actually care about that. So ticking is on currently no one's side because the war goal is actually this up here, right? This isn't like a war against tyranny or anything. So that's going to be a little bit awkward for us. We actually should head up over this way. They're going to get some sieges completed, but we should head this direction. So we're going to complete this siege over here. We're at 80% war score right now. They're pulling back by 19. Noted. Okay. I want this war over. We're going to head up here and look to fight them. They can't actually win against us. This is mostly just a kind of time filler to keep our vassals from going crazy on us later on. This is kind of a time filler for our truces down here, right? So that's okay. I'm not too concerned about this war. I'm really, really not. I'd like to come up over here and fight them, and that's exactly what we're going to do. In the meantime, our siege force is walking on up. Nobody has ticking war score at this point, so it's not a concern. And we obviously win this battle, right? We have the defensive terrain in the mountains here. This is going to go very poorly for them. So that's fine. We find ourselves at 80% war score here. We win this battle. We could come out over here. This is a level 1 castle that was only recently sieged. We're at 91% war score, though, and I feel like this siege is going to end the war. 7 months on that? Yeah. This one will end the war. So that'll be great. We have no other factions behind this. Yes, show in this count. Fantastic. We accept his generous gifts. And that is indeed the war over. So we'll disband that force there. We have a dynasty legacy available now, and we're heading over towards home estates. So that's actually getting really close to that domain limit +1. That's good. We could definitely use that. And with that, it is past time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to take back these 2 kingdoms. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.